This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. Hello and welcome to today's episode. We're going to be talking about some of the key foundations of any successful business. So not only are we going to be looking at your mission, your vision, we're also going to be talking about your success goals. So for me, this is really important because when we're really understanding how it is that you want to grow and scale your business, we need to really look at these three different areas. So your mission, your vision, and your success goals. Now, they are all intertwined, but it is probably the most important thing you can do to really get clarity within your business, okay? Because everything gets reverse engineered from that. So your mission is perhaps, it's almost kind of like your promise that you can make to your audience. Now, there's an absolute difference between creating and building a service or product and building a brand. So your product and service offers a solution to a specific need. Your brand is what people remember. And that's the overall experience of your customer. It's the thing that distinguishes you. It makes you different from your competition in the eyes of your customer. So by you having a mission, it enables you to take the products and the services that you have on offer and create that into a about sustainability, and we want to have that sustainable business. We don't want to have this high and low. We want to have that long-term sustainable growth. And for us to do that, part of that is building a sustainable brand as well. So your brand mission effectively is your brand's purpose. It's the foundational statement about your real identity as a business. It's meant to kind of inspire your customers, your clients, but as well as that, really help you to give you that real clarity on strategic direction of your business. Because otherwise we're going to go from one thing to the next thing. We're going to feel like we're in a bit of a scattergun space. So what you really want to think about is including what you sell, what service you provide, but also why you do it. Because we want to make sure that we're emotionally driven. We know that that's how people buy from us. This isn't about having facts-based. This is about emotion, right? So when we really reveal that true desire to help make a difference to the people that we're here to serve, that takes us out of the selling space. So whilst a business obviously have to have sales coming in, we don't want to be pushing hard on people, right? We want to attract the right people in. So our mission is that opportunity for us to really introduce what your brand stands for, the values that you think are important, but also the value that you can give to your ideal clients, because then they're going to connect with you in a slightly different way. Now, I see so many people that are pushing out their products and services, their offers, and people aren't ever going to buy your products and services. That's not what they're buying. They're buying results. They're buying with working into you and really buying into what it is that you're offering, the solutions that you can offer, how you support them. So our mission describes our business objectives. It talks about how we're going to meet them. We want to make it simple. We want to make it straightforward, concise, and really easy to understand. And this isn't necessarily something that you have to share as a statement, but it's about creating that foundation. Because when you've got that foundation, you can create the products and services that feel aligned to you. You can create the magnetic marketing messaging that feels aligned to you, because you know, and your audience knows what you stand for and how you can and want to help your ideal clients. So when we're looking at our vision, so this is the flip side to your mission in some ways, it's a little bit different. We've talked about your mission already. Your vision is about telling your audience where you're focused on today, how you can help people. But our vision is taking that to their next space. That's taking that to really where you're heading, probably more of the longer term view, really. So it might be that you're thinking about this from a specific time period. So maybe where you want to be in 5, 10, or even 20 years time, right? We want to think long term. It's about sustainable business, as well as also the impact that you or your business want to have on the world. So this is going to be different for everybody because we have different things that drive us. It might be that you want to change a certain number of people's lives. So you might have something specific like, I want to change 100,000 women's lives in the next 5 years. Or it might be a charity angle that you want to donate things or you want to give back. It might be something completely different, right? So whatever it is, I really want to encourage you to think big. I really want you to think big, because this is something that has to feel aligned to you rather than it being a me too or something you've seen someone else doing or just because. So your vision is something that you want to spend some time thinking about. You want to really solidify that and get clarity on what that looks like for you, because that's when we can look at really those success goals. Like, what is that bigger picture? This isn't just about having cash injections every single month. This is about why you're running your business for the long term. How are you going to help people? And that helps you decide on the actions you want to take. It looks at the decisions you're going to make. It allows you to do all of those things so you can move closer to that bigger piece. So we've looked at your bigger vision, your bigger mission. Once you've got those in place, you can then break that down into what your goals look like. Now, the reason that we have goals is so that we can work towards them. And to do this, we want to work backwards. We want to break those down into milestones, and then we can break those down backwards again into smaller steps, the real action steps. But to do that, we need to have action and clarity on that real bigger piece, because that's when we can build a strategy. That's when we can build that plan that's going to help you get the results that you're looking for. So everyone's goals are going to be different, because we've all got different lifestyle choices. We've all got different financial requirements, different financial situations. We've got different family circumstances. So it's about getting clarity on exactly what you want and where you want to take your business. Because once you've got that clarity, then we can build the really specific strategy behind that real good plan that allows you to help the results that you're looking for, that you want to achieve. So for me, it's really important when we're looking at this from a healthy business perspective that we're not actually just thinking financially here. We're also thinking about things from a personal perspective, a lifestyle perspective. Because for me, it's about bringing those two together. It's about that integration of those two elements. It's so important, because whatever happens in your personal life is going to affect your business and vice versa. So together, that's really what's going to create your financial sustainability. That's what's going to create that flexible business and really feel healthy as well as wealthy. And that's really the end game for us to have that flexibility, that time freedom, those choices that we want to have within our successful business. So you might have heard of this before, actually. So there's a really brilliant statistic about writing our goals down. So if you've not come across this before, we're actually 42% more likely to achieve our goals if we write them down. Really great fact to remember. So even just taking the time to write down your goals, you are 42% more likely to achieve them. So this is a really important step that if you've never written your goals down before, then I want you to take some time to really think about what it is that you want to achieve and write that down, because that's when you're going to move forward within your business. It also allows you to refer back to see where you're at, not only from a quarterly perspective, but even maybe on a monthly basis. It's a lot easier to have some slight redirects rather than having to completely shift the business ship halfway through the year or at the end of the year when you realize that you're not quite on target, or those goals that you set at the beginning of the year, that you're so far off them, right? So having that quarterly, monthly check-in allows you to get real clarity on whether you're on track or not. It also means that you can make those decisions to tweak or change things if you need to. So before we go into detail about writing your goals, think about what success actually means to you. And again, this is going to be different for everybody. So you can go as big as you like on this. You are the CEO of your business. You get to choose what success really looks like and also what your business looks like. You get to choose how your personal life is integrated into that. And when we really attach meaning to that, the emotion, the outcomes, that's when we feel it inside. And that's really where our drive comes from. It drives us to get up in the morning. It stops us procrastinating. And I think that's really important as well, because when we're running our own business, there's so many things to think about. And we all have wobbles. We all have those days where we just, everything feels just a little bit stuck. So if we've got those goals to refer back to and we know why we're working towards them, it means that we will move forward quicker. It stops us procrastinating. And it allows us to really understand the impact of if we just stop, or if we actually get a little bit more solution focused and try and figure out how we can get through things, because we're emotionally connected to the outcome. Really, really important to remember that. Okay, so we really do take more action. We get more intentional with our time, our energy, our resources when we know why we're doing something. So thinking about why you want that success, what does that success mean to you? What does it allow you to do? What does it allow maybe your family to do? What does it allow your business to do? And it might be that you want to turn your goals into almost like a visual representation. So lots of people use vision boards, and you could use Pinterest, you could do a PowerPoint slide, you could do some screenshots, but really having that visual representation can actually make a massive difference because you're looking at that every single day. So thinking about those holidays that you want to take, maybe it's about those health goals that you want to achieve. Maybe it's about a specific financial outcome. Maybe it's about a feeling that you want to feel. Maybe it's about a new house that you want to buy. Whatever it is, it's really important that you can see it, you can feel it, because that's when the emotional connection happens. So, and visualization is actually a really key part of this as well, and achieving your goals and your dreams. So it's a lovely way to bring your goals into something that you can look at and feel and really refer back to. So I've already mentioned that it's really important to break things down into your financial goals as well as your lifestyle goals. So taking those separately in turn, if we're looking at your financial goals, you've done your bigger mission, you've done your vision, you've got an idea as to how you want to live your life. Financially, we then need to understand what it is that we currently earn, as well as what we want to earn. So this isn't about having judgment about your business or yourself. This is about getting real clarity on where you're currently at and where you need to get to. It's about leaning into being that CEO, taking that CEO approach of your business so that you can make some changes, so that you can tweak things and have that sustainable business with regular cash coming in every month, every quarter, and every year in a consistent growth way. Right? It's all about sustainable growth. We don't want to have these high and low peaks and troughs, the unpredictability. That makes us feel unsafe. It doesn't give us the security, and it stops us moving forward because we're so focused then on the cash. So we want to look at that sustainability piece. So I'd love for you to just spend a bit of time getting really clear on your numbers. Think about what it is that you currently earn as well as what you need to earn, and then look at what that shortfall looks like. So you might want to write these down. You might want to use like a financial forecast model or a cash flow forecast. There's loads of different ways that you can do this. And, depending on how you like to see things, depending on how comfortable you are with your business finances, you can do it in different ways. But getting real clarity on this really is going to enable you to build that plan that allows you to move forward in the way that you want to. So, as I said, this isn't about having judgment. This is about you getting really clear on your business. Because if you're not currently hitting your goals, then you need to get clarity. And when you get that clarity, it means that you can then build the business plan to help you get there. So for me, that gets really exciting. And I know lots of people shy away from their numbers, but wouldn't it be amazing having a really clear idea on where you need to get to and the actions you need to take? Because then you get intentional. So clarity is a really big piece of what I teach and what I talk about with my clients. And moving you forward with that growth of your business is built from that strategic plan, but you can't build a plan if you haven't got the clarity on where you're at right now. So once you've had a look at your finances, once you know what those financial goals look like, I then want you to think about your lifestyle goals. Because as I said earlier, as business owners, we want to make sure that we're building a business that allows us to live life in the way that we want to. We want that flexible freedom, that time freedom, that choice to do things in our own way. We get that amazing luxury as a business owner to choose that. And it's really important that you know what it is that you want so that you can build that into it. But it goes back to that sustainability piece as well, because if you are operating as your best self, you've got the energetic capacity to grow, you've got the healthy living. And I don't just mean health from a physical health, I mean the emotional health, the mindset. We need to look after that because you are the biggest asset in your business. So making sure that you've got the parameters in place for you to be your best self is really important. And we need to make sure we've got that included within your lifestyle goals. So again, this is going back to you being the CEO of your business, looking at what it is that you want, but also how you want to run your business. It's really important. And you might be thinking around, how many hours a day you want to work. You might be thinking around, the number of days a week. You might be thinking about how many weeks per year, how many holidays you want to have. And yes, as a business owner, you're absolutely entitled to have those holidays. And it's really, again, it goes back to this choice, this time freedom, this flexibility. that is really important when we're considering how we want to grow and scale our business. So this isn't about working harder. This is about being really smart with your time, your energy, and your resources, as well as yourself, because you are your biggest resource. Okay, so you're the biggest asset within your business. So thinking about also how you love to deliver, do you want to do things just online, just offline? Maybe it's about a mix of things. Also thinking about whether you are controlling your hours or whether your clients are actually choosing your hours. Now, this was a massive change for me. So when I became fully booked in less than 5 months in my holistic health therapy business, I really struggled. I really, really struggled because I was so proud on one hand and so excited to be fully booked. But actually what I found is that my clients were dictating how I was running my business, and they were dictating the hours that I was working. And that felt like a real disconnect, because one of the reasons I set up my business was to have that flexibility, to have that freedom, to have that time back. So you really want to think about those boundaries that you want to put in place. Do you want to be working evenings? Do you want to be working weekends? Some people do, and that's fine, but making sure you know what feels good for you so that you can have those boundaries in place, because then you get to choose when you're working and how your clients fit around that. Now, this doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. This isn't about you putting blockages and, stopping people from working with you. This is about positioning your boundaries in a way that they get the most out of you, because we need to protect your energy. We need to protect your time. So as an example, you can say, look, these are the times that I'm available. Which one would you like? You don't need to tell people that you're not working or that you're not available, or even the hours that you're working. You just need to let them know when you are available, and it's up to you how you manage that. Now, one of the things that I've brought in within my coaching business is that I have created boundaries on different days that I work. So I tend to do a lot of my calls on 2 days a week. I tend to do something for me that sets me up in the best possible way at the beginning of each day. And I tend not to do client calls until about 10:30 in the morning. That means that I can do my self-development. It means that I can work on my business. It means that I can do my exercise, all the things that mean that my clients get the most out of me and the best out of me. Means that I've created those energetic boundaries for me to be able to deliver in the best possible way. Because when I wasn't doing that, I was getting to the end of the day, or I put the kids to bed, I was chatting to my husband, and I realized that I wasn't doing anything for me. And I was too tired to then go and do the exercise or to do the things, because I'd prioritized everybody else and everything else. When I reversed that and started putting the things that made me feel good, that energized me, that meant that everybody got more out of me, whether it was clients, my husband, my children, then my business started to grow and grow rapidly. So your boundaries aren't there to stop things. They're actually there to empower you to be your best self, but for your business to operate in the best self as well. Okay, so thinking about how you help your clients, do you want to do things from a one-to-one perspective? Do you want to do things from a one-to-many perspective? Do you want to have different income streams so you can help more people? And again, this was a big catalyst for me. When I became fully booked, I realized that actually I couldn't help any more people. So I still did my one-to-ones, but actually I added in some one-to-many income streams. And this enabled me to help more people, but it also enabled me to bring more money in and create even more flexibility within my business. So you might want to consider the portfolio of what you offer within your business, looking at your services, looking at your products. Do they fit with your lifestyle goals? Do they fit with your financial goals? Are you thinking about things from a longer term perspective, as well as your self-development health goals, how it is that you want to run your business from a lifestyle perspective? Again, these are all going to be different for everybody, because you've got different things going on for you. You've got different choices you want to make. You've got different family situations and all those amazing things. So remember that these are your goals. You get to implement whatever it is that you want to do, but you have to get clear on that to know what you're doing, and then you can get the plan in place. So you don't have to implement all of these things overnight. So explore what it is you want your life to look like, and then maybe start adding in a few changes, start adding in those new habits. Maybe it's about setting yourself different boundaries. Maybe it's about looking at different ways that you could optimize things. Maybe it's potentially running your business in a slightly different way. What feels good for you? What's the right business model for you? Is there an additional revenue stream so that you're not relying on a single source of revenue? If we were to have another pandemic again, or you get sick, your children get sick, or on the flip side, if you want to take a holiday and you want to take time out of your business, do you have to close your business? Or have you still got money coming in? Now, for me, that was a real foundational piece of creating a sustainable business, but also having that healthy business that created that long-term wealth as well. So now that you've identified your goals, what I want you to do is to really take that another step further and make them smart. So what I mean by making them smart is specific, measurable, actionable, or even achievable, realistic, and timely. Now, this is one of the easiest ways, best ways to kind of make your goals actually happen, because it's all well and good kind of having these big goals, isn't it? But actually, we need to make sure that we're achieving them. We don't just want to put everything on a beautiful vision board and tuck it away and that's it. And then we look at it again in the next year and we kind of like, oh, I haven't really achieved half of that. If we do nothing with those goals, then we're not going to take action in the right way. We're not going to be intentional with the things. So we're not going to start seeing those changes of the things we actually want in growing and scaling our business. So we want to set targets. We want to assign those dates. We want to have those milestones and check in with them. We want to keep a track on things because then we can make those tweaks, those changes if we want to. Okay. It also means that when you start achieving those goals, and hopefully you already are, you can celebrate them. So rather than moving month to month and moving on to the next thing, having those ups and downs, we can celebrate those things. That makes us more productive. It makes us more intentional. It keeps us focused on the decisions that we can make about the right clients or your business models, what products and services you have available, what your boundaries look like. That's really where you get to make decisions based on confidence and fact, rather than it being sporadic and unintentional, because you've got those goals in place. So you know your bigger mission, you know your bigger vision around your business and how that fits in with your goals. So it enables us to make those real clear decisions. And whether you should say yes to something, whether you should say no to something, whether you're going to increase your prices, maybe you're going to change your packages, maybe you want to change your working hours, because you know why you're doing it. You know what that bigger piece is. So when you've got your financial goals, you've got your lifestyle goals, turn those into SMART goals. And then thinking about it, what it is that you want from a date perspective, like when do you want to achieve those things by? When do they need to start becoming reality? Because tomorrow is never going to come unless you're intentional about it. So you want to start seeing growth in the business. You want to scale things in a way that feels good for you. And I think another big thing around this is the mindset piece. So we want to have a success mindset. Now, this is a huge part in achieving your goals. You know, you've spent the time identifying what you want to achieve, thinking about what it is that might be holding you back. That can be just as powerful, because I really want you to believe in the things that you've written down. I really want you to believe that those goals are possible. It's not just about writing them down. It's actually going and doing the things that need to be done to achieve those goals. And that might require some work. It might require getting some support. What is it that you need to do that's going to enable you to take those steps forward to achieve them? So if you've got your goals, you've got them written down, you're really excited about them, you've had a little think about what is currently stopping you from achieving those goals. I then want you to reframe that. So if we look at it, you might want to, I don't know, write a phrase down of why you can't achieve that goal. Because if you write those lists and maybe write a list of kind of negative thoughts, once you've done that, you can then reframe them. And I'd really encourage you just almost getting those negative thoughts out, those limiting beliefs, because then you can reframe them. You can turn those into positive statements. So instead of I can't do this, I can't achieve this, how about looking at how you can achieve those goals, right? Maybe it's around when I do X, Y, Z, then I can achieve my goals, or I can achieve my goals when, right? Because that gives us hope, that gives us meaning. It enables us to look for solutions. It allows us to identify potentially the support that we need. Maybe there's some things that you want to outsource. Maybe there's some things you want to optimize. It might be marketing support. It might be business coaching support. It might even be some home support, whether it's getting a cleaner or, you know, food shopping because you feel like you're short on time. What are the excuses that are coming up for you that are holding you back from achieving those goals? There's so many different things, so many different ways as well that you can rewrite things. But when you've identified that, that's when you can identify the help and the support that's going to get you to where you want to go. So I'm going to leave you with an amazing quote that I found by Oprah Winfrey, because I really think it sums up what we're trying to achieve with a healthy business, a sustainable business, a wealthy business. And when we're looking at goals, we're looking at our mission, we're looking at our vision, really settling into that statement, really setting that in stone and understanding your business, that it is achievable. It is achievable to hit your goals and do it in the ways that you want to. And you can do that in an aligned way, in a way that feels good for you. So Oprah's quote is, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. And I love this quote because I think it really goes back to those kind of higher success goals that we've been talking about, but it also encourages us to really lean in and believe that we have to have the right mindset in place to really, we have to have the right mindset to enable us to take those right actions, to make those decisions, to move us forward and have that healthy business, that wealthy business that I know that you want. And it's important and it is all available to you. So I hope you found that useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and make sure you leave a review on this because it helps me, but it also helps other people. So I will see you on the next show. Thank you for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. I would love it if you could rate and review, as it means that I can help even more business owners, and together we can create that ripple effect and have an even bigger impact on our communities. I will see you on the next show. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. You can get a copy of my best-selling book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business, over on my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. In there, you'll find practical advice, useful tools, and real actionable steps to help you be your best self and build a wildly successful business with ease so that you can create a limitless life in the way that you choose.